Hi guys. Today I want to talk about principle 2, which is be clear why you're here. Um, so that is basically figuring out your purpose. What are you ultimately here to do? What's your purpose? And kind of what's driving your ambitions, your goals, what are you working towards, and like how are you serving, or what kind of impact are you going to be making, or what's your purpose? Do you know your identity? Do you know your purpose? Have you thought about that? What does that look like for you? So what were you put on this earth to do? So chapter 2, principle 2 really talks about that and talks about writing a personal life purpose statement and really identifying the why behind what you do, and like what brings you joy and that sort of thing. So I went through this exercise and I wrote down that my purpose is to glorify God by serving my family, my leaders, and the world. Fully committed, fully joyful. So I wrote that because my family comes first. Well, I wrote that my purpose is to glorify God because that's the first priority in my life. And then I do that by serving my family, and my family always comes second. And then serving my leaders in the world is kind of like my ministry or my work. So that's what I wrote, and I'm still figuring out what that means. What is that? Where is that taking me? How am I doing that? Right now I'm serving my family by, running our household and our finances and providing financially and taking us to appointments and outings and just making sure everything runs smoothly and making sure my family has what they need. So that's how I'm serving my family, and how I'm serving my leaders in the world. I'm still kind of figuring that out. Right now I work full time, and so that's how I'm serving my leaders. I'm making sure they're prepared and doing my best in my work and going the extra mile as often as I can. So I'd say that's how I'm serving my leaders, but how am I serving the world? Right now, through my full-time job, the mission behind it really impacts the world, truly, and I love that. But personally, I feel like I really want to get back into being more creative and pursuing what I think I want to do with my life. And part of that is coaching people, or like leading them through this book as well. This is my third time reading it, and so I'm very passionate about it, and it's really changed my life. So helping other people read it too would be really so much fun. I would love that. So personally, I'm still figuring out, I know what my purpose is. God first, family second, career third. That's just personally how I like to prioritize. And so I know that, but what vehicle I will do that in, what job or career or profession, or where I'll spend most of my time, or at least, a third of my time. I haven't really identified that yet, and I think that's okay. I'm taking each next right step, and just doing my best in everything that I have in my care right now. So doing my best to serve my family and doing my best to steward my job really well, and really nail that out of the park. And then now I'm starting to pursue like these videos, which is scary, and my blog, which is exciting. I love it. And I've been integrating photography back into my life, and I'm having so much fun. I literally take like the silliest pictures of leaves and trees, but it's really fun. I just like clicking the button, and then the pictures turn out really pretty too. So just doing my best to be patient with figuring it out, and also doing my best to really give a full effort. So that's why I'm posting these videos, which is definitely scary, but my coach Sam started out this way. She started talking about her favorite professional development books and what she was learning, and I've followed her for 8 years, and now she's my coach, and it's been really impactful. And so I just been thinking about that a lot lately, and I think that's really a direction that I would be okay with going. And ultimately, where she's at right now sounds awesome and really in alignment with where I want to go, where she works 3 days a week. She has choices financially, and she gets to spend time with her 4 kids and husband. And she's really great about pursuing hobbies, which is something I don't do anymore, which is why I'm starting to start photography again, because I haven't had a hobby in several years. So that's really special and fun. It's just fun, like being a kid again and having fun is really rewarding. So working on that, and she really schedules in vacations and time off and doesn't feel guilty about it. And so right now, if I schedule time off, I feel very guilty, and sometimes I still work even on my time off. And that's not really what I want for my life or for my family, because it's distracting for them as well. So that's something that I'll be working on and thinking about, praying about, and seeing where do I want my blog and videos to go, and my business, and you know, where do I want to lead my family, and what kind of choices do I want to have in the future. So but all of those steps will be in alignment with my purpose, which is to glorify God and serve my family and the world, and impact the world. And something I love, Sam and others have said, the impact, sometimes you feel guilty by making a lot of money, but the amount of money you make can be seen as the impact you're making on the world, because you're providing services to people, and the more people that buy your services are being served, and that causes an impact, and it can be very positive. I don't know if I explained that right, but it's really reshaped the way I think of earning money, because we often want to serve people for free. Like, if I'm serving, it should always be free, and if I charge, like, I feel very guilty and it's selfish. But I need to provide for my family, and that's a way to serve my family. And people want to buy things. People buy things all the time, and I'm one of them. And they want to. And you're serving them by selling them your service and what you do and what you are passionate about, and they want that. And so that's been a really healthy, good mindset shift on money, because it doesn't always have to be selfish, and it can really impact a lot. And then also, when you make money, you can give it away. And part of how we do that right now is we set aside 10% for the church, and then we give monthly to an organization, and that feels good. And I love getting updates from the organization and seeing what they're doing, and I want to give them my money, and I want them to ask me for more money. And if they never asked me for money in the first place, I wouldn't have been able to ever take part in that, and I love it. So that's also kind of a different perspective on it. Anyways, I think that's all for today, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.